Nowadays, population increase became a major issue for society, one of our biggest concerns as a species. Many works pictured a future where cities grown without any control, becoming crowded urban jungles, dominated by poverty, unhealthiness and insecurity. Well, that fiction became reality in China during the 20th century, Kowloon walled city. To understand Kowloon walled city, we need to understand Kowloon, and to understand Kowloon, we need to understand Hong Kong. So, we are at the end of the first half of the 19th century. Great Britain and the Qing Empire confront each other during the First Opium War. The war is largely won by the United Kingdom, crushing China with the help of a modern army. In 1842, with the Treaty of Nanking, Great Britain gains Hong Kong, a small outpost situated on an island at the mouth of the Pearl River Strait. The British would use Hong Kong as a bridgehead to penetrate the Chinese internal market. Over time and several treaties, the Hong Kong colony would increase its territory to finally cover the entire Kowloon Peninsula. The entire peninsula? No. Indeed, after the annexation of Hong Kong, the Chinese established a citadel on the south part of the peninsula, facing the British port in order to counterbalance its influence. This was Kowloon walled city. And in 1898, with a grant of the new territories for 99 years to the United Kingdom, the Chinese Empire would keep the citadel, creating an enclave within the colony. The first half of the 20th century has been particularly eventful for China. The end of the Plurimillennial Empire and the establishment of the Republic of China in 1912, the Sino-Japanese War, the Civil War, and the establishment of the People's Republic of China in 1949. During that time, Kowloon walled city would be neglected by China, and also by the British. As a result, this small 0.026 square kilometer territory became a grey zone, an island free of any jurisdiction. And who benefits from such an area? Well, since the Japanese withdrawal, who by the way dismantled its walls, the citadel started to attract gangsters, prostitutes, drug dealers, but also political refugees and even common people, who soon turned up to be 50,000 on this 0.026 square kilometer. Kowloon would so acquire the highest population density in the world, an impressive 1,923,076 inhabitants per square kilometer. This city within a city would grow in an anarchic way, as there were obviously no norms, apart from being connected to electricity and not building over 14 stories. The result was a chaotic labyrinth, with narrow and dark streets and doubtful hygiene conditions. The streets were so narrow they could almost qualify as corridors, and they needed to be artificially lit. It was still, however, a functional city, with schools, water supply, postal services and so on, as the influence of Chinese triads was weaker than you might imagine. However, we could of course find brothels, casinos, opium houses and clandestine factories. There were restaurants serving dog meat and hardly scrupulous doctors, especially dentists. But the city was finally dismantled at the beginning of the 1990s. The evacuation and rehousing of its inhabitants was done between 1991 and 1992, and it was definitively demolished in 1993. The site is today occupied by the Kowloon Walled City Park, full of remnants keeping the memory of the place.